So today we're going to talk about the cursive letter A. And yesterday we did the letter C. And you'll remember with the C, we just started at the top and we went right around. Now, what we're going to do for an A is we're going to start with the C, just like we did yesterday. And we're going to actually change the C into an A. So the first thing that we're going to do, just like it shows in the book, is it's a lowercase c, so we're going to start on the lowercase line. So we're going to start and we're going to come right around and make a C. Okay, and see how I was careful when I came around? I tried to make the best bump I could, and I stayed on the line there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to keep your pencil touching. Okay, I brought mine up just to show you the C, but you're going to keep it touching the whole time. You're going to bring it up, just like an A comes up, and you're going to meet right there at the top. So you bring it around here, and then just up, just like if you're making an A, and you bump right into that line. I don't go way above the line, I don't stop below the line. Come around, and see how I'm tracing it again and again? Because that's great for my muscle memory. Then I'm going to trace right back down that exact same line. And I'm going to make a little tail on my A. Okay? So it's like 1. Hopefully you're looking right up here so you can see. 2. Bump. And down the same line and make a tail. Okay? And see how I extend my tail out a little bit? Okay, some of you I can see aren't going to see this because you're not looking. You've got to look right up here. Alright? So, when you do it, if you're going to make the whole A, you've got to kind of come around here so I can do it. You make your C, you make a nice bump, get right to the line, bring it all the way up back to the top, bump, right down that same line, and out. And make sure you get this tail, because this tail is what's going to connect to other letters. Okay? This tail is going to connect to other letters. And you'll notice in your practice, it's going to want you to connect A and C and C and A. So when you do that, it's going to look like this. I'm going to start, if I'm going to connect, let's say I'm going to connect A and C, because I just made the A, and make a very nice A, and I take my time. I'm not going to rush. I want to see this coming down on the same line. A, I'm going to keep drawing. I'm going to draw it right out here. I don't even need to lift up my pencil. And I'm going to make a C. Did you see how I did that? Mm-hmm. I just drew it right into the C. And I made the C the same way I learned how to make it yesterday. Okay? So now I'll show you what CA looks like. This time I'm going to draw my C first. And right around. And I got to be careful not to go too fast. And remember how some of you had really short tails on your C yesterday? Mm-hmm. Don't put a short tail on your C or it's going to be tricky to connect it to that A. So you've got to draw it out far enough so that you can come up, make your C, and then come back up, bump, come back down the same line, and draw your tail. Okay? And see, even this one, I might like to see come out a little bit further. Alright? So even in my own writing, I have to take a look at it and say, gee, you know what, I think I should try to do this instead. I think I should come over even a little bit more. That might look even better. Okay? So it takes practice to get this just right. And you'll see some great examples in your book here. Okay? But the key is just to make sure on the C that the line is coming out long enough. This one isn't bad, but I think I could still do a little bit better. So I would go through it again. And I would practice it again. I'd trace it. Okay, come back around. And around. Remember, we need to build that muscle memory in your hand because that's where your cursive writing is going to come from. I can't just show you how to do it and then say, okay, now you know how to write cursive. It doesn't work that way. All right? You've got to practice it and you've got to get it. So you're going to practice right here with your small A's, and then it gives you an example of what a capital A looks like. It looks the exact same as a lowercase a, except bigger. Okay? But you don't need to make capital A's today. And remember, before you actually do your cursive, I want you to do one warm-up, one line of warm-ups. Okay? And your actual practice page is on 10 and 11. and your warm-ups are on page 7. Okay, so please do a line of these. And that's why this line here, the up and down one, is the same as this A line here. Okay, that's why some of you yesterday when you went up and down, you came up on one line and then down on another. You can't do that if it's going to be nice and neat like this. Okay, and a couple of you had such neat writing yesterday. Please keep that nice, neat writing up. All right, but keep it smooth and flowing. All right, and I would like you to go practice your letter A's.